Now, just to follow on from that, we just want to spend a few minutes now just laying out some of the practical next steps, just to give you a bit of a roadmap for where we're heading with things. First, we're going to be hosting a week of prayer in November. You might remember we did something similar a couple of years ago. We're going to be inviting you to participate and partner with us in that, in committing these things to the Lord. As we did a couple of years ago, we'll have a prayer booklet to help you in your personal prayers through the week. There'll be opportunities to gather together here each day in the week. And then on the Saturday, there'll be a special gathering for the launch team in Morpeth itself. Now, Ben's going to come up now and give us a bit about our plans regarding the finances for the church. Thanks, Ben.
Well, 10 years ago, we took on this building. Here's what it looked like back in the day. Quite different to now. And if you flick on again, Dave, here's what the launch sheet looked like. Again, quite different to now. Let's be fair. But what a journey it's been along the way. And we're so thankful to God for his faithfulness over the last decade. And we're so thankful to those at Jesmond Parish Church and to our original launch team who gave so generously to get St. Joseph's off to a good start. Back then, Jesmond Parish Church gave more than their usual annual giving to start St. Joseph's. And their generosity and faith enabled us to begin well. And over these 10 years, we've seen God's continued blessing and provision in so many different ways, not least financially. Now, as we look ahead to Morpeth, we want to pass on that generosity and faith that was shown to us. Just as others gave so that St. Joseph's could begin, we now have the opportunity to do the same, to give this new church a really good start. We're not just seeking to cover costs, we're investing in gospel growth and in treasure that lasts. We want to see a new church established in Morpeth where people can hear about Jesus and grow as his followers. So, from Sunday the 2nd of November to Saturday the 15th of November, we're going to have a 2-week gift pledge fortnight. It'll be a time for each of us to prayerfully consider what part we can play. And we're not going to be collecting money during that week, but we're going to be asking people to pledge what they hope they can give so that we can see what's financially possible for the plant and then plan accordingly. Some of us will be able to give a little, some of us more, but together we want to give cheerfully and thankfully out of all that God has given to us. So here's what we're hoping to fund. As a minimum, we want to send David and provide a stipend for him. We want to be able to rent a venue for services. We want to provide housing for David and his family, ideally buying a home that can serve long-term ministry in Morpeth. If resources allow, we'd love to also send an additional gospel worker, perhaps a community evangelist or a children's worker. That might be a stretch financially and practically, but we want to commit it to the Lord and ask for his guidance. It's also not impossible that an appropriate venue might come up for sale, but currently it looks like renting is the best option. Our early estimates suggest we'll need around £100,000 to cover the essentials for the first year. That's David's stipend, housing, and venue rental, plus reserves we need. If we're able to raise more, up to around £300,000, that would allow us to buy a ministry house for David and his family, and potentially to send another gospel worker as well. We'll also be applying to some Christian trusts for grants, but we can't assume success. The main funding will come from us as a church family. And we're refining the figures, and we'll seek to share more details before the gift pledge fortnight. So as we look back with thankfulness at the last 10 years, and for all that God has done here at St. Joseph's, let's also look forward in faith, trusting that God can use us again to see the gospel take root and grow in Morpeth. And let's prayerfully consider what our response might be to the gift pledge week. Let's pray, let's plan, let's give with hearts full of gratitude for all that God has done and all that he will do. Let me hand back to David.
Thanks, Ben, for that. And I just want to give you a sense of what else we'll be working on kind of alongside that. I'm in the process at the moment of engaging some of the local church leaders in the area around Morpeth to inform them about our plans and keep them in the loop with that. We'll also begin the process of building a planning team made up of folks from within the launch team who will focus on specific ministry areas to help me plan those over the next 10, 11 months or so. And then the hope is to begin meeting monthly in different formats. So we've got our meeting in November to pray together. The hope is to get a social meeting together in December. And then in January, we'd like to have a more open gathering in January, which can include additional people who might then want to look in on the launch team, consider joining it, and see what that is like. And it's just worth saying at that point, if you're sort of sitting here this evening and you've not really talked to me about the church plant yet, but you're sitting here and thinking, actually, maybe I could get involved in that. Maybe I could go too. Please do come and talk to me about that. I'd be really open to those conversations. I'd love to walk you through that and talk through what that might look like for you.